craft, design, and launch NFTs effortlessly across multiple blockchains. From generating high-quality visuals to enhancing audio, scripting, and minting digital assets, Call AI's advanced tools empower creators of all kinds, developers, designers, artists, and innovators alike. Now available on mobile, Call AI brings everything you need into one seamless platform, giving you the power to create anytime, anywhere.
Click the link at the top line of the description. Do not wait. Yeah, definitely, man. So let's talk about even though it's been a few days anyway, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
The Kendrick Lamar performance. I enjoyed it. I don't know why people have a lot of backlash from it. Usually I don't even watch the halftime shows, but I was like at people's house, so I couldn't really show my emotion like I wanted. I couldn't even really get away. Like when you're in your own zone, it's different. You can scream, holler. So I was just kind of just being, and I had to watch the show. So it was dope to me. I enjoyed it. How'd you feel about the Kendrick Lamar show and the backlash?
I mean, I thought it was dope too, and I think the backlash it's coming from a lot of different perspectives, right? Like if you a conservative white person and you didn't understand it and you don't listen to hip hop anyway, then what the fuck are you commenting for anyway? You
Right.
No matter what hip hop act was going on, you weren't going to understand the lyrics, you wasn't going to understand the concept, you weren't going to understand it. So why are you criticizing it? Now, if a rock band or something that we weren't into, a country star or whatever the case, went out there and did their thing, I'm sure you would love it and we wouldn't, but that don't mean we got to get on social media and criticize it. I didn't like the fact that social media gives you the opportunity to say whatever you want, and some people actually think that whatever they want is important. Like, no, it wasn't there, it wasn't important. Now, what kind of is surprising to me is I hear like people like Maul, who's just a chronic hater of Kendrick Lamar for what it looks like, academics and people in the music business giving criticism because they don't like the dude. But when you look at, strip away whether you like Kendrick or not, if you are a music listener, if you watch good performances, the dude rapped high energy for 14 minutes and his breath did not lose a drop. His energy did not lose a drop. His choreography was on point. The fact that I know a lot of people was giving Samuel L. Jackson a lot of criticism, calling him whatever they were calling him, but the fact that he had a narrator narrating through his thing, he put on a fucking show. And like I talked about last time we were together, one thing you're going to appreciate about Kendrick is he knows how to put on a show. And I think he executed that. I think that he went out there. People were getting criticism to his song list. Humble did like double diamond. You know what I mean? DNA killed it in the charts. That album had a Pulitzer Surprise Award. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the records that he did, although album cuts, were still bangers. So a lot of the people's criticism, it kind of just goes along the line of, okay, these are people that never liked Kendrick Lamar to begin with. They were signed with Drake on the beef. So now they're going to pick and prod and find things that they don't like. But let me say this real quick, and I'll let you go ahead and do the thing. If Drake was on the same side and he executed the same way Kendrick did, as much as I don't like Kendrick or don't like Drake in that beef, I would have gave Drake his props because he put on a good show. And I think people are just having a hard time actually just letting go of the fact that they don't rock with Kendrick, they rock with Drake. And dude put on a good show. It is what it is.
Yeah, like you said, like, I was just like, first I'm listening, I'm like, yo, I know he got to be fucking winded. Like all this moving around, all this, you know, the way he was rapping. And then I'm listening like, all right, is he really rapping? Not that he's not really rapping, but a lot of people have their voice behind it. He was straight in the microphone, it seemed like.
Yep.
You got Kai Cenat talking about fake crowd noise. I'm like, come on, man. Like he's put on an exercise of fucking futility, bro. Yep. It was an amazing show. And then all the message and imagery behind it was just amazing. Like it was one of the, I'm not gonna, like it was one of the top Super Bowl shows. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
That I've seen, because I'm not the biggest Kendrick fan anyway.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm like, yo, this is, it was dope. A lot of people criticize me, they were saying, oh, well, he ain't on level or no Lauryn Hill or no Bob Marley. Yes, he is, bro.
Yeah.
He's using his music as a tool, a weapon. Then you had this one guy talking about he's a puppet and all that. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like, look, what is he using his gift for, man? He's using his gift to uplift people. Now, some of his songs may have a little bit of ratchetness or whatever, but not a lot of them. A lot of them are timeless classics that are talking about love, uplifting people, and exposing a lot of bullshit that goes on, in this country. How could you hate on that?
How could you hate on it?
People are just jealous, man.
Exactly. And that's the crazy thing. Like, Yes, he had a one of the biggest media platforms of all time. Of course, we want that. We're gonna criticize the brother from having the opportunity to do it and express himself. Nobody told him what to do. Nobody told him how to do it. He went out there and expressed himself the way he wanted to do it. And that's what hip hop is the fuck about. And that we giving criticism to it is wild to me. Like I said, the white folk that don't understand hip hop, I put them in their own separate box. It's these black folk out here criticizing him that do understand it. That's kind of making me look at him side eye, because you look at the awards a halftime show a couple years ago with all the West Coast artists did their thing with Snoop, Dre, Eminem. They had music over their shit. Like this brother went out there and did it without, like, you know how hard that is.
I can only imagine. Yeah,
and then to do it in that type of energy, running around the way you are, remembering choreography, being on your steps and bop, and then the music breaking down and you having to remember certain man, that ain't easy to fucking do. And he did it on the biggest stage of the world, and he's already got the top Super Bowl halftime show viewed in 4 days of all time. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Drake
can't
fans,
deny
man.
it.
You got guys like academics and something, like you said, the people, Malls, and they just hating, because even if you look at academics, like his Instagram, it's always stuff anti-Kendrick, no matter what. It's like, come on, man. Like, did Drake even sit down with you yet, bro?
No.
He ain't even sit down with you yet. So it's like, come on, man. That's something I'm glad we don't really do. Not really, we don't do that.
Nah.
We call it like it is, no matter what or who it is. So
if Kendrick came out there and stumbled, if he had tracks over top of his shit, if that shit wasn't clean, dog, we would not get on here and make excuses for Kendrick. I wouldn't do it.
No.
As much as I fuck with him, I would not do it at all. You know
right.
what I mean? I think he put on a great show, and I think it was one of the best shows. I watched the halftime show 2 or 3 times. It's funny because I showed my daughter the halftime show because she was hearing little white people in her school. I didn't like it. Oh, it was terrible repeating with their parents. So you know what?
They didn't understand the words. They couldn't understand it.
I let her watch it. And she was like, Daddy, I really liked it. Because she just felt it different. I'm like, yeah, baby, you can't listen to what everybody else say. You got to have your own opinion on what you see. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, nah.
His squad, man.
Yeah, real. It was even this white lady that was in here the other day. She was like, I liked the halftime show, but I couldn't understand the words. I'm like, well, it ain't for you. I mean, some of this I ain't understand either. He was because I don't know all the songs like that.
Right.
But you know what I mean? But the
white
dude's a genius.
White people go to an opera and don't understand a fucking word, but it's art and it's magic. Sometimes if you don't speak the language, you're not gonna understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Definitely. Let's talk about Ye, man. I want to talk about this real quick because he's calling out Lyor Cohen. Mm-hmm. Supposedly this came out today.
Okay.
He's calling him out for promoting Black David. He put, you and your whole industry have promoted and got paid off songs where Black people glorified killing each other, but my t-shirt is the worst thing ever. So he's calling him out. We talked about this a little bit.